Hey, good morning. You're stuck in traffic with Wolf Gorlick. Couple-minute riff on IT and IT security. Today, looking at call trees. I was brainstorming with an organization over the weekend. They had an ongoing issue. There's a calendar of who you're supposed to call in case of emergency. Emergency crops up, and the person supposed to call keeps calling the wrong person. Now, if it's one person doing the wrong thing, you can think, yeah, it's probably a training issue. If it's two people doing the wrong thing, you begin to think, maybe there's something going on there, or maybe it's a hiring issue. If there's multiple people doing the wrong thing and it's always the wrong thing, it's clearly a systemic issue. And in this case, the systemic issue is with the calendar. So, pro tip for you: double check your call trees and make sure they're set up to get the right person to the right place in case of emergency. So, what does a good call tree look like? Well, one, it's easy to use. I see lots of people who hand out a calendar with different people's numbers to call at different times. And that makes sense, right? If you're doing a tabletop exercise or you're calm and relaxed, you find your date, you call, and you're good. However, most people are not calling an emergency in a relaxed state, right? And it's all too often to not remember where the call tree is, or look at the wrong Saturday, for example, or what else can happen? Not trusting the call tree, so just calling the person you do trust, right? Trusting that this one person will help you, whereas who knows who I'm going to get on a call tree. All those types of things. So step one number to call. One number, keep it very simple. In case of emergency, you want it as simple as possible to get someone to help you. So one number to call, done. Now, next thing that happens is, all right, well, what happens if that person who's maintaining that one number to call forgot to change it, forgot to rotate it? What if the calendar's not up to date? What if the person who's supposed to make the call, even though it's only one number, doesn't know to call that number? What happens if the person who's on call doesn't know they're on call? So the way to address that is, once you have one call number, period, you have someone who's updating that call number to point to the right person on call. Number three is to test. So at the beginning of every shift, who's ever the emergency caller calls that number and just checks in with the support person. Right, it's a great way to make contact, to build up a relationship. Hey, I'm working, you're working, how you doing? A little chit-chat, a little something personal, and then you go about your day. So you establish that the call number is known, the person who's calling it knows how to call it, the calendar's set up, the person who's on call knows they're on call, and the entire system flows through. That way, when an emergency does come, only just a couple hours ago did they call that number, they know what to call, they know what to do, and hopefully things work out just fine. So take a look at your call plans, right? And this goes for instant response, this goes for disaster recovery, this goes for operational issues, whatever it may be. Take a look at your call tree and see how functional it is. Is it working? Are people picking up? Is the emergencies going through, and are things getting resolved? That's it for me today. Have a good one.